Hi guys, just thought I'd do a video about something. I've seen Shiznaft and Bootleg Tattoos video, and this is going to be a response to both of their videos. And it's just about this Dork Choice thing. They've been on about the 40k stuff. I'm going to go on about the fantasy stuff because I've got a bit of experience in this, in the fact of I've actually got the Battle for Skull pass. It won't be the same because it doesn't have the paint. I bought it before they included paint in it. But it's the same stuff included, and there's just a couple of things I wanted to go over. Maybe that so I'm not trying to slate these people. It's just that, you know, when I bought this, I was happy with what I got because I knew what I was getting. But I did get screwed over in a couple of ways, like these people on here might have gotten. So I'll go over a couple of things. So the first thing, you know, on there was glue. You need glue for this, and I'm telling everyone now, right now, that you do not need glue for half the stuff on here. You know, nearly all of it. There's only 2-3 models that I think you probably need glue on. So one of them's this idle thing that I said all this stuff I haven't painted yet, so get around to painting it whenever I paint it. But I mean, as you can see, all of these dwarfs, every single one of them is a one-piece thing. There's no, just cut off the sprue and stick it in the base, and then that's it. You do not need glue. So the only one I've actually used glue on out of all of these is my troll, as you can see. And there's no need for glue. So them selling you glue as if it's great to have some glue. I'm not saying it's, you know, you're not going to need it, because when they say the other models you're going to need it with that. But I'm just saying that you don't exactly need it if you bought that kit, because I didn't. I never used any glue until I got to that model there. So there's that. And then the next bit is the rules. They said you only get like a small little rule book, you know, and you wanted to get the proper one. I think it said it was like 270 pages. Well, in it you get this rule book here. So it is, I can tell you how many pages. Exactly, it is 128 pages. So, and as you can see, it, to me, looks just like an ordinary rule book. It looks pretty extensive. So I read through it and didn't understand a lick of it, but I mean, I don't play the game. But I mean, to me that seems as though that's pretty adequate for someone who's just getting into the game. You know, to me that is, you know, more than enough rules to gloss over just to learn the game. So I don't think that's really needed either. And of course you get things like bag of dice, you get measuring sticks in here as well, and all the bases that you need. Personally, that is all you need. That really is all you need if you got started, and some paint. I had to buy some paint separately, which is obvious. But I mean, other than that, you know, paintbrushes. I'll just pause this and I'll come back and I'll show you the paintbrushes that I bought when I bought this kit. Right then, the paintbrushes I bought were these 3, but I bought this one afterwards. And a little story about the one that I bought afterwards. There were 3 different sizes, the ones I bought. The first one is a 4, and I use that for painting my bases, because I like a smaller brush when I paint anyway, so I've decided to use this one for painting my bases and things like that. It's quite good, so I use that for painting my bases. Then this slightly bigger brush, I'm painting my falcon with. I like to use smaller brushes, I don't like to use bigger brushes, because otherwise you just have to clean up afterwards. So it's a reasonably large brush, and, you know, here's the 4. So I'll just use that for you know, bases and things like that. And then the brush that I predominantly use, just this brush, is this brush here. It's a 00, and I paint all my models virtually with this brush alone. It is small enough that you could ever need. I've painted every single one of the models that you've seen with this brush right here. And then it's a very good brush. I like the handle on it. It's an easy grip sort of thing, I think. It's quite a nice handle to use. And the final brush is this one, which is a 50, which is, you know, tiny. And I've only ever used it once, so small brushes aren't everything. There is no use for a small brush, because at the end of the day, the tip of these brushes are exactly the same. And at the end of the day, all this does is hold less paint. So the tips on these are exactly the same. It's not about the size of your brush, it's about the size of the tip of the brush. It's about how much detail you can get into a model. So that's all I've really got to say on that matter. I'm sorry that I've carried on at everybody for a while. So I have been painting a bit more myself, but I have now cracked 200 subscribers, if anybody cares. So this is just going to be a video response to them too, so I'm going to gloss over this quickly because they probably don't care so much. But I've got 218 subscribers now, so thanks to everyone that's subscribed. And thanks a lot. I just wanted to say about this because, you know, I've got a bit more experience in the fact that I actually own one of the kits and it's all these models here. And as I said, there's really no glue needed because I've got, you know, all the bits come pre-moulded into whole pieces, like there's a wall piece there. And then, you know, I've got all the goblins on here. So I haven't painted hardly any of this stuff. Then you've got the spiders, which will need the riders, but I mean, there's such a tight fit onto them. In theory, you wouldn't even need glue. To a beginner, it doesn't really matter. So this troll, when I stuck it, well, I test fitted him to make sure, because I did a bit of green stuff around his stomach area and to make sure it blended in. But I mean, I couldn't actually get it back undone again until I really had to pull it apart, try and pry it apart. The fit was that tight. So really, you didn't even need glue. So I doubt really you need glue for any of it. So it's a good kit for anybody that's starting out. But personally, I'd probably just recommend, because shortly after I bought this, I went and bought a Space Marine Battle Force, which has a hell of a lot more models, but I mean, it doesn't have the rule book. So if you're looking to get into the game, then these sorts of kits are brilliant, because, you know, like I said, I know there's 5th edition out now, and I'm sure they'll probably be doing a 5th edition set like this with different armies are saying in it. So keep an eye out for that. So I've been rambling on. I just wanted to get this across to say that you don't need to buy. I said buy his stuff. I'm not saying don't buy it. I don't want to be the person saying don't buy it. Buy it if you want to. But I'm just saying that you do not need half the stuff that he's putting in with it, because some of it is just not needed. So that's pretty much all I've got to say. I've rambled on too much, and that's it. So thank you and goodbye.